AI, it seems like it's everywhere, right? Like every day a new headline pops up about AI doing something crazy, like writing a symphony or diagnosing diseases.
Yeah.
Or even, plotting to take over the world.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, how much do we really understand about all the different types of AI?
That's a great question.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to be diving into today, using this really cool YouTube video from IBM Technology as our guide.
Yeah, this IBM video is awesome.
Yeah.
It breaks down AI into 7 distinct types, which I think is super helpful for anyone trying to wrap their heads around this whole AI landscape. It's kind of like a field guide to the AI zoo.
Ooh, I like that. The AI zoo. Okay, so this video is our map, and we're going on a safari to explore all these different species of AI.
Exactly.
Some we might find familiar, maybe even a bit tame. But others, well, let's just say they're still lurking in the shadows, like mythical creatures more than everyday tech.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what makes it so interesting, right? This deep dive is going to help us all separate the AI that's already changing our lives from the AI that's still the stuff of science fiction.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe we'll even spot some AI that gives us a glimpse into the future of humanity itself.
Okay, now we're getting philosophical. But I'm into it. All right, so let's start with something familiar. The first stop on our AI safari is what's called narrow AI. It's also known as weak AI.
Right.
The video uses the example of IBM's Deep Blue. Remember that? The chess-playing supercomputer that beat Garry Kasparov back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was narrow AI in action.
Yeah.
And you know what else? Those super smart chatbots we all use. Yep, those are narrow AI too.
It's funny, we call it weak AI, but it's already doing some pretty impressive things.
Yeah.
The thing is, narrow AI is very task-specific. It's like a master chef who can whip up the most amazing souffle you've ever tasted, but ask them to bake a simple loaf of bread, and they might be totally lost.
So they're specialists.
Exactly. They excel in their designated area, but outside of that, they struggle.
So even though it seems like these AIs are getting smarter and smarter, they're really just getting better at very specific tasks. It's like training a dog to do a cool trick. Impressive, sure. But it doesn't mean the dog suddenly understands calculus.
Exactly. It's really good programming, but not true intelligence.
Right. That's a good point for everyone listening to keep in mind. We hear all the time about AI doing these amazing things, but it's so important to understand the context. Like, is it really intelligence or is it just really, really good programming?
That is the question.
Okay, so narrow AI is all around us. But what about the AI that can do it all? You know, the kind of AI that's as smart as a human or maybe even smarter.
You mean like AGI?
Yeah. The video calls this Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI, also known as strong AI.
Right.
And this is where things get really interesting.
This is where we move from the familiar to the totally unknown.
No.
Think of it this way. Narrow AI is like a calculator. It can crunch numbers insanely fast,
Yeah.
but it doesn't actually understand what those numbers mean.
Right.
AGI, on the other hand, would be like a human mathematician who can not only calculate, but can also reason, understand concepts, and even come up with brand new theories.
So AGI wouldn't just be programmed to do one specific task. It would be able to learn and adapt to any situation, just like a human can.
Exactly.
That's pretty wild. So it would be able to transfer knowledge from one area to a totally different one, solve problems it's never seen before, and even potentially have its own thoughts and ideas.
Now you're getting it.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. So narrow AI is like the tools we have right now. AGI is like this ultimate multi-tool that can do anything. But wait, there's one more type of AI that the video mentions, and this one's kind of terrifying. They call it artificial super AI.
Yeah, things are about to get a little spooky.
Right. So what exactly is super AI?
Well, this is where we step into the realm of pure speculation. It's a fascinating and potentially unsettling possibility. Imagine an AI that's not only as intelligent as a human, but surpasses human intelligence in every single way. Like, it would be like comparing a human brain to, I don't know, the entire internet.
So that's where even the experts start to get a little nervous, right? I mean, if we create something that's smarter than us, how can we be sure that it'll have our best interests at heart?
That is the million-dollar question. It's a question that keeps a lot of people up at night. The video describes super AI as having evolved beyond the point of catering to human sentiments and experiences.
That's a pretty intense phrase.
It is, right?
Yeah.
It really makes you think about what it means to create something that's potentially way more powerful than ourselves.
It's like opening Pandora's box, but instead of releasing a bunch of evils, we're releasing something we don't even fully understand.
That's a good analogy.
Okay, so we've got these three main categories. Narrow AI, the workhorse of today, AGI, the potential game changer of tomorrow, and super AI, the wild card that could completely reshape everything.
Right.
But let's zoom back in on narrow AI for a sec. The video explains that even within this category, there are different ways it functions.
It's true. It's not just one big blob of narrow AI. There are different types that help us understand how these systems actually work. The two main ones are reactive machine AI and limited memory AI.
Okay, let's break those down. Reactive machine AI sounds pretty straightforward.
It is?
Are we talking about machines that just react to their environment, like those little robot vacuums that bump around your house?
Uh-huh. That's a great example. Think of reactive AI as a super-powered reflex. It analyzes incoming data and instantly makes a decision based on that data. It's like a grandmaster chess player who sees the board, analyzes all the possible moves, and picks the best one all in a split second. But it doesn't learn from past games or develop strategies over time.
So it's all about instant reactions. No deep thinking involved.
Got it.
But what about limited memory AI? Does that mean these AIs can actually learn and remember things?
Yes, exactly. Limited memory AI takes things a step further. You can use information from the past to make better decisions in the present.
Okay, so this is where AI starts to feel a bit more intelligent. Is this what's going on with those chatbots that seem to remember stuff you talked about last time?
Exactly. Those chatbots are using limited memory AI to keep track of your preferences and your past interactions, which lets them give you a more personalized and engaging experience.
That makes sense. It's like having a friend who actually remembers your birthday and what kind of coffee you like.
Exactly.
Okay, so reactive AI is all about those instant reactions, while limited memory AI brings in the element of learning from the past.
You got it.
So as we keep exploring these 7 types of AI, it's important to remember that all these different functions are building upon each other.
For sure.
Like, limited memory AI is a step towards the more sophisticated stuff, like AGI and maybe even super AI.
Exactly.
Whoa, okay, I'm even more excited for the rest of this AI safari. We might need a bigger Jeep for this one.
Uh-huh. For sure.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to dive even deeper into the world of AI.
Okay. So you're ready to jump back into the AI zoo?
Always. I'm ready for more.
All right. Well, last time we were talking about how the limited memory AI is like a stepping stone towards more sophisticated types of AI, like AGI.
Right, like that's the next level up.
Exactly. So what do you think AGI would actually look like in action?
Well, besides being able to bake a perfect loaf of bread and whip up an amazing souffle at the same time.
Right? Yeah. Well, imagine an AI that could learn a whole new language just by listening to conversations, or diagnose a medical condition it's never even seen before just by analyzing symptoms in medical research papers.
Whoa, that's crazy.
It is right. AGI would be able to take in information from the world around it, process it, and then apply that knowledge to new and unfamiliar situations, just like we do as humans.
So it wouldn't just be following some pre-programmed instructions, it would actually be thinking for itself.
Exactly. It would be able to reason, problem solve, and maybe even be creative, like composing music, writing poetry, or even coming up with new scientific theories.
Okay, hold on, my brain is trying to catch up. That's a whole other level of AI. But the video also talked about something called theory of mind AI, which sounds even more advanced than AGI. So what's the difference?
That's a great question. Think of it this way. AGI is about having the same cognitive abilities as a human, while theory of mind AI takes it a step further by adding in the ability to understand human emotions and intentions.
Okay, so it wouldn't just be able to solve problems. It would also be able to understand why we humans are creating those problems in the first place.
Exactly. Imagine an AI therapist that could not only analyze your words, but also understand all the unspoken emotions behind them.
That would be incredible.
Or an AI teacher that could tailor its lessons to each student's individual learning style and even their emotional state.
Wow. Okay, now we're talking about AI that could actually empathize with us, understand our motivations, and even predict our behavior.
It's a wild possibility, right?
No.
And it definitely raises a lot of questions about the future of human-AI interaction. Like, could AI one day become our friends, our confidants, maybe even our partners?
Those are some seriously big questions. But speaking of big questions, we can't forget about the most powerful and potentially unsettling type of AI, super AI. What would it actually take to create something that surpasses human intelligence in every single way?
That's like the Mount Everest of AI research. And honestly, nobody knows for sure how to get there. Some people believe it's just a matter of time and computing power, while others think we'd need to make some huge breakthroughs in our understanding of consciousness and intelligence itself.
It's like we're trying to build a rocket ship to Mars without knowing anything about physics or engineering.
Exactly. And that's why super AI is still purely theoretical. But even as just a concept, it brings up some pretty heavy questions. Like, if we do create super AI, How do we make sure it stays under our control?
Yeah, I mean, what's to stop a super AI from deciding that humans are just a nuisance and wiping us out?
It's a valid concern.
Right.
It's basically every sci-fi movie ever made. And it's definitely something that a lot of experts are taking very seriously. Remember that phrase from the video about super AI evolving beyond the point of catering to human sentiments and experiences?
Yeah, that one kind of gives me chills.
It's a chilling thought, for
Yeah.
sure. And it highlights just how important it is to have really careful planning and ethical considerations in all this AI development.
Okay, well, I'm officially both fascinated and terrified by super AI. But for now, it's all theoretical. So let's bring things back down to earth and talk about the AI that's already here, the narrow AI that's shaping our lives in all sorts of ways.
That's a great point. It's easy to get lost in all the hype around AGI and super AI, but it's important to remember that narrow AI is already having a huge impact on our world. From the algorithms that personalize our news feeds to the AI-powered systems that are helping doctors diagnose diseases, it's changing how we live, work, and connect with each other.
And it's only going to get more and more common, right? We're really just at the beginning of what AI can do.
Exactly. Think about the potential for AI in healthcare, education, transportation, entertainment, you name it. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's definitely both exciting and a bit overwhelming. So as we keep developing and deploying AI, what are the most important things we need to be thinking about?
That's the key question.
Yeah.
I think there are a few things we need to prioritize as we navigate this AI revolution.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First and foremost, we need to make sure that AI is developed and used responsibly and ethically.
So it's not just about building cool tech, it's about building tech that actually benefits humanity.
Exactly. We need to think about the long-term consequences of AI, not just the immediate benefits.
Right, that makes sense.
What else? Transparency and accountability are crucial. As AI systems become more complex and more autonomous, it's super important that we understand how they work and who's responsible when things go wrong.
So no more black boxes where we have no clue how the AI is making its decisions.
Exactly. We need to be able to look under the hood of these systems, identify potential biases, and make sure they're being used fairly.
Okay, I'm with you. What else is on your mind?
Well, we also need to focus on education and training. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it's crucial that people have the skills and knowledge they need to thrive in this new world.
So not just teaching people how to code, but also teaching them how to think critically about AI, its potential downsides,
Yeah.
and how to use it responsibly.
Exactly. We need to empower people to be active participants in the AI revolution, not just passive consumers.
I'm really starting to see how this goes way beyond just the technology itself. It's about how we as humans adapt and evolve alongside these incredible advancements.
Absolutely. The future of AI is ultimately a reflection of the choices we make today.
Wow, that's a lot to process. But I feel like this deep dive has given me a much clearer understanding of all the different types of AI, the challenges and the incredible possibilities that are out there.
I'm glad to hear that. Remember, this is a journey we're all taking together.
Speaking of the journey, we've explored all these different types of AI, from the ones we use every day to the ones that seem straight out of science fiction.
Right. We've talked about the importance of responsible development and ethical considerations, and we've barely scratched the surface.
True. So where do we go from here?
Yeah, so we've explored all these different types of AI, from the familiar to the mind-blowing.
We've seen how AI is already changing everything,
Right.
and talked about how important it is to develop it responsibly and ethically.
We've really only scratched the surface here, but this IBM video gave us a great starting point.
It's like a roadmap for understanding this crazy world of AI and all the different ways it's evolving.
But now it's time to step back and ask ourselves, what does it all mean? Like, for us,
Yeah,
for humanity.
that's the big question, isn't it? We've talked about 7 different types of AI, ranging from the narrow AI that we use every single day to the theoretical possibilities of AGI and super AI.
Right, and we've seen how AI is already transforming industries, shaping our experiences, raising all sorts of questions about what it means to be human in this increasingly intelligent world.
So let's think about you, the listener. What are your biggest takeaways from this deep dive?
What surprised you? What intrigued you?
If you could choose, which type of AI would you be most excited to see become a reality?
Would you be thrilled to see AGI tackle climate change or develop life-saving medical treatments?
Or maybe you're more interested in theory of mind AI and its potential to revolutionize education or create truly personalized experiences.
Maybe it's the philosophical implications of self-aware AI that have you hooked.
Or perhaps you're more focused on the ethical challenges that we need to address as AI continues to evolve.
Whatever your perspective, We hope this deep dive has helped you understand the forces that are shaping our future.
Because this AI revolution isn't happening in some far-off lab, it's unfolding right now, all around us.
And the choices we make today, the conversations we have, the questions we ask, they're all going to shape the future of AI.
So stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged. Because the future of AI is really the future of humanity. And it's a future we're creating together. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI.
It's been a pleasure exploring this with you.